Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Let me get this a little closer because I was told last time that I was not clear enough. Um, Sorry. I'm gonna put this down and I will mute my phone for now. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing good. Let me switch this to comments so I can see your comments. Hey sis, thanks for sharing. So let me first apologize. I was planning to come back and do a live feed earlier this week about Monday, but then life happens, life happened, and then I had to gather my thoughts, all that. But I am back, or I am here now. So do please share this feed, either if you're watching it on Facebook or YouTube, either way, please do. Thank you, Donna, and hello. I do have some stuff to tell you, but I will start with a couple of call to actions if you don't mind. Hello, Lana. Good to see you, darling. I will go ahead and do those call to actions just in case if anybody would join us until I start talking. I'm already talking. I mean, until I start talk about the things I want to talk about. Just in case if you are not informed or aware, I do have a daily broadcast, daily show on Lindell TV and a Frank speech. Hey, Regina, how you doing, love? Lindell TV, Frank speech. So wherever you watch Lindell TV or Frank speech, and if you don't watch it, I suggest you go and start watching. There are some good programmings there. Um, My show is every day. Uh oh wow, Monday through Friday. What time is 3:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern time? Wow, I did draw a blank there, didn't I? I probably should have known that better. But anyhow, you can watch it on frankspeech.com, on Frankaspeech app, on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, I think, and that's those are the places you can watch them. So there we go. Well, hi Joyce. How you doing? Thanks, Donna. It is good to be back. Thanks, Jeff. That's very sweet of you. That is absolutely sweet of you. So yes, that's for the show, daily show. If you want to watch the archive ones, you can watch them either on my website, liveuptofreedom.com. I try to put them there as much as I can. I think we're all caught up until Monday, but I will put yesterday and today's show tonight as well. Or you can just go to frankaspeech.com. Under TV tab, there's a TV shows. You click there, scroll a little bit down and you'll find my show there. Either way, you can watch them. I do a lot of reporting. This week, I've been concentrating on some interviews, which on that note, I have a huge, hi, Mike, how you doing? Huge news that I am literally dying inside to tell you, but I can't because of a schedule conflict, um, I was able to pre-film my um, my interview with Clay Clark today, but it will not be airing until Friday. And on that note, I cannot give you the news until it airs on Friday. But I need to stop hitting things behind me. I need a little bit of a bigger room. But I will tell you about that news on Friday or Saturday, or if you watch the show on Friday, you'll know the news. Let's see what's happening. Expose the bullshit ASAP. Keep up the good work. Travis, I'll do that. Absolutely will do. Uh, Haley, how you doing on YouTube? So yes, that's that. Blah, blah, blah. I was about to say I'm going to do better, but no, I will keep reading comments and jump all over the place. And I think that's one of the reasons you guys love me because I don't stick with the script. Thank you, Travis. I am. It's been a blessed day. It was rather a very great day yesterday, but I guess prayers answered today. A lot of good has come, a lot of great news, amazing news. I mean, the normal Islamization is still as it is, but on a personal level, uh, life's good today. Life's very good today. Thank you, Regina. I know I have found someone. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. We're doing a woman talk here. I have found someone who is amazing, and she gave me the best haircut I could ever ask for. And then I'm going back to her Saturday to get the red back. Remember when I had my red? It is coming back Saturday. Um, Donna, I think I can. There are different ways though. Here, I'm gonna put this up. Um, Let me do this, Donna. Give me a few minutes because I will have to type it all up and then put it on a comment and then pin it. So just give me a few minutes into the feed and I'll do that. But I do appreciate you even asking. Did you just freeze? Oh, no. Oh, come on. Can somebody tell me if you're frozen? Because looks like we just lost my camera. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. We're not losing the feed, okay? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Are we back? No. I know, guys. I know I'm frozen. Just bear with me for a second. Bear with me for a second. Okay, let me try something else. I know, guys. I know. I know. I'm working on it. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because that's what they do. I haven't even started talking about anything. I'm going to try one more thing, and if it doesn't work, then I will literally. Oh, did my thread just work? Did I just scare Facebook from one more try otherwise? Okay, I think we're back. Okay, sorry, guys. We're back. Perfect. Hey, Larry, by the way, I saw your comment. How you doing? I was actually thinking of giving you a call yesterday, Larry, and then I kind of didn't. I was way too gray here, so and I don't mean the gray hair, you know what I mean. But I will call you in a couple of days. Um, hey, Joshua, thank you. You're very kind. Okay, so we are back. While we're back, let me get to it quickly. I know I love over exaggerating. So, did you all hear what happened? I love you too, Larry. Always and always. Did you all hear what happened with Dr. Oz? Hey, Heather, love, how you doing? Yeah, if you haven't heard. So, if you go to Dr. Oz's campaign website right now, you do not see a trace of President Trump, picture wise, word wise, name wise, anything wise. Faded away. It just went away. Yeah. So much for the Republican Trump supporter, America First candidate Dr. Oz seemed to be, huh? But I do remember when I started reporting after President Trump endorsed Oz, I did report on it reportedly on my program on Frank's Speech, Lindell TV, on the just one live feed I did. I did mention that this is all a trick. Oh, no way. Are you kidding me? So we're just going to keep freezing my image. Okay, you know what, guys? Let me try something because I'm going to see if I can reset my camera to a different format. No, it won't even let me do that. Huh. Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? Facebook? I'm going to keep saying Dr. Oz is a fake Muslim who's here lying to us. You can freeze my image as much as you would love to do that, but I am not going to stop saying what I'm saying. Now, looks like we're back, but we'll see how long that's going to last, right? Really? Actually, Caitlin, Dr. Oz does not think that's gonna make us think, because here's how I'm gonna say this. Karen, how do you mean by get rid of my heading? I don't know what that means. Tell me how to do that, and I'll do it. Uh, oh, Mix just said apparently on this video you're all seeing a community standard link. Huh. I am being a bad girl again. Well, I'm just gonna say this, guys. If I'm forced to shut this live down, give me a minute. I'll be right back. I will use a different way to get back on. So don't leave. Just to stay on my page because I'm just gonna say this quickly. I think back to Dr. Oz situation. Uh, I said it back then, before he won. I said I wish somebody around President Trump would inform President Trump of information we're putting out there about Dr. Oz, and I wish President Trump would take the endorsement back, or whatever the proper English term is for it. Of course, that didn't happen, but this is exactly what I was afraid of. Now, don't get me wrong. For anyone who's gonna Oh, I see, Karen. You're saying to change my. I can't do that. When I start the live feed, I can't change the write up. You are very right, though. Oh, wow. The level of censorship. I didn't even think saying Dr. Oz and Trump on my write up for this live feed would cause me any problems, but then I should have. Anyhow, for anyone who might think I'm somewhat sitting here saying President Trump bad, that's not what I'm saying. I am doing let's call it a criticism. I do hope that based on this experience, President Trump will come to realize that, first of all, endorsements are heavy lifting. So I really hope he starts endorsing people who genuinely are America first, who genuinely are going to do the right thing for our country, um, and who are not necessarily just winners, because it seems like the last few endorsements been based on winners, so picking the winners rather than the proper endorsement of what's good for the country. So as far as what Dr. Oz did, no, it doesn't. It's funny actually. Mick sent me the link originally, I think today, and he attached it with you called that good, or you called that right, because I did call it. I did mention that Dr. Oz has no interest in being a Trump supporter or being America first. I told you his loyalties with Turkey, where he was born, and he's a openly practicing Muslim. So all of that, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I already knew it's coming. I just hope that this will somehow put President Trump in a more um, carefully studied endorsement mode. That's the best way I can put this. But otherwise, hey, James, thank you. You all know I always appreciate all the prayers you send my way. I do. So, yes, I'm not surprised at all. Uh, this is just the beginning. As I said before, gradually, him being Dr. Oz, is going to start doing everything that he really is going to do, which will not be aligned with conservatives or Republicans or American values or Constitution. So, oh, Karen, yes, I actually addressed this with James Martyr on my show today, and I have discussed it on my other shows, and I cannot believe. Now, please do not get me wrong. I do pay attention to endorsements, but endorsements are normally a starting point for me. I pay attention to who's endorsed by who. I have never endorsed anyone except one person that I have endorsed, and that is James Martyr, that I had him on my show today. And I was a keynote speaker at one of his fundraising in September of 2021. He is the only one I have ever endorsed. I don't do endorsements because, as I said, I take him very serious. And I know a lot of people will literally just grab the endorsement and vote for the person. And that goes back to the fact that sorry, got thrown off. people just vote based on endorsement, which goes back to the problem we're facing, which is most of our people. This one actually doesn't really matter on left or right, but it's the whole lazy attitude. Like if it's a good person for um, Trump to endorse, who am I to do any more research or study? So yes, ma'am. A lot of people vote based on endorsement, not just pay attention to it, but vote based on endorsements. And I think that's where I'm hoping, hopefully moving forward with our country, President Trump will take a little bit more, take his endorsements a little bit more responsibly. Drink responsibly. You get what I'm saying? Yes, Mike Hike. Dr. Oz is a Muslim. I have covered that, I believe, on my last live feed. Also, I have covered that on my own show on Franken's Speech, Lindell TV, and I have been a guest on Brian House Live, discussing Dr. Oz being a Muslim and serving in Turkish military and all that stuff. Okay, before I go to the next topic I want to cover, let me see, David, if I can be of help on that question. I'm curious, what do you think of the new New Hampshire poll showing DeSantis leading Trump as presidential preference? What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? I think that very well could be. I think DeSantis has shown, okay, a few things on a personal level. This is all personal opinion, not necessarily facts, just personal opinion. Personally, I think to be a leader, furthermore, be a leader of United States of America, which unfortunately nowadays is taken as a joke, but it's a very important position. Having military background is a huge help, because regardless of how we look at someone who's a leader, who's a president, lawmaker, however we want to look at it, America is a unique country, as I have mentioned before many times, and America has this position that, unfortunately, since Obama, this position has kind of started, swinging all across the platform. But America has always been the country, the nation that every other country looks up to. And by the way, I'm not talking about Islamic countries, because they have the very different standard. Their standard is their Quran and Muhammad. So every time I say other countries, we're excluding Islamic countries. On that note, when you have military background, you have the discipline it takes to hold back when needed, to attack when needed, to retaliate when needed, and to let it go when it's needed. The discipline that comes with a military experience. So on that note, that's one thing that I personally would say DeSantis definitely hold a better position compared to President Trump. Number two, and yes, I saw Heather saying DeSantis needs to stay government of Florida. In a way, I agree with that too. But considering they're apparently doing a poll on who's leading who on that specific topic, the second thing I would personally put DeSantis on a more eligible situation is the fact that the hatred of left toward President Trump, even if President Trump did run and even if President Trump did win, it's going to be another 4 years to clean up, to go back to where we left off, to then clean up what we were cleaning up. So the tangle is a little too tangled to be fixed up. That's the second one. And on the third reason, get ready, all the Trumpsters, get ready to hate me. I think personally, DeSantis have done more action than talk when it came to his own position within Florida. He has taken more strong stand against the things that he thought needs correction than President Trump did regarding international laws, COVID laws, whatever in last few years. I think that on those reasonings, I think this could very well be truth. it could be genuinely the reality of our country. And again, I'm going to say this because I feel like I need to say it. Remember, unfortunately, we the people turned the situation of President Trump into a scenario to where it is very, very hard. Um, it was, let's put it this way, in 2016 a lot of people were afraid to say they voted for President Trump because they would get attacked. Fast forward to 2020, I'm going to say 2019, the conservative side turned the concept of President Trump into where a lot of people are afraid of disagreeing with President Trump because then you get attacked by what I call Trumpsters, because I'm not a Trumpster. I have voted twice for President Trump. Most likely, I will vote for President Trump again. But I don't agree with everything he did. I don't agree with the way he conducted a lot of the businesses. And I think that's why the First Amendment is there, so we can use our own brain. Oh my goodness. Really? We just dropped again? Okay. Ha, 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 ha. I'm going to wait to see if anybody on the comment is going to say if you can still hear me, because my entire system seemed to be absolutely frozen. This is becoming annoying, isn't it? Wow. Good, good. I see Chris, I can still hear me, so that's a good news. Let me see if I can get the video to work again. Facebook. Facebook. Ugh. Here we go. We're gonna try. We're gonna see. Are we back? Momentarily? Okay. Looks like we're back momentarily. So let me go finish up that thought that I was giving. So yes, within 2019, 2020, it became harder and harder to say anything in any shape or any form negative about President Trump. I've said this on my live feed before and on my program, and I'm not afraid to say it again. It turned into where we had so many leaders, so many average Americans, so many influencers referring to President Trump as our savior, which as a Christian, it has always bothered me. But the good thing about Christianity is we don't go kill people because they offended us. Now, on that note, I'm not surprised if without making an announcement, people are preferring DeSantis as a president than President Trump. I will stop right there. I know some of you were commenting as I was talking, so I'm going to scroll and yes, I agree, Heather. Always research before you, as I said, let the endorsement be the start point, but then do your own research. Scrolling through these. True. Wow, my image froze again. I honestly, you know what? Here's what you don't understand, Facebook. What you don't understand is the fact that I'm a stubborn, possibly more stubborn than you are, and I have found a way to use two different devices to get my video separated from my audio. So you might shut down the video, but you can still hear me. Woohoo! Momentarily back. Let me do this and see if that's going to help. Yes, Heather, they do hate DeSantis as well. But as I made the connection there, you see, the problem is they hate President Trump so much, but the lack of discipline that President Trump showed is when they hated on President Trump, he got distracted hating back. Whereas the DeSantis was hated the entire time of COVID situation, but he never got distracted by the hate. He kept on showing action. I hope that makes sense. So I know that they will hate anyone who will put America first, but it comes from the discipline. Who has the better discipline to continue carrying on the plan, rather who's going to get distracted with the hate and start firing back, not finishing the job. That's where I'm going with the difference between DeSantis and Trump. Thank you, Cecilia. See, somebody agrees with my statement here. James' idea is say, let's Trump run, then next DeSantis with Trump as VP. I highly doubt President Trump would degrade from president to vice president. But hey, nowadays nothing is impossible. I kid you not, nothing is impossible. And yes, Donna, yes, President Trump did put America first. No argument there whatsoever at all. But again, for some reason in my life, I don't know why, for last 2 days of my life, in every aspect, every corner of my life, the concept of planning versus goal versus planning versus execution has been popping up all around my life. So yes, he put America first, absolutely. The goal was to make America great again, and the plan was to do it by putting America first, but the execution lacked. As I just said, the execution lacked. First of all, he was very isolated in his own administration. That was the biggest problem. Secondly, as I said, lack of discipline created a lot of distraction from the goal, that it kept on minimizing the importance of the goal. Okay. Fabulous. I'm going to fast forward through the part you were all telling me. You can still hear me. Okay, back to, let's see. These are the comments are... Mike, I don't know what GOAT means, but you said you're still on the Trump train. There's nothing wrong with the Trump train. I think that's a good thing, actually. Yes, Caitlin, Jesus is God and Trump is our president. That's my point exactly. The moment this country started referring to Trump as our savior is when things started going south. I actually said this to Joyce long time ago. I don't know. I think it was like 2-3 weeks after the election. I said, I can't help but to think that sometimes when as humans we decide to pick our savior outside of the reality of Jesus Christ being our savior, sometimes God needs to step in and say, let me tell you who's in charge. Just couldn't help, couldn't help it. Research Dr. Oz, you would be surprised what you find from past interviews. He's not of Jews, and his idea of genetics is ridiculous. Oh, I know, Karen. I've done a lot of research on Dr. Oz, and I covered it. As I said, if you go to Frank's speech, look at my show that I covered Dr. Oz, you'll see that I put a lot of information out. I don't know why these are jumping. And by these, I mean the comments. Hey, Dennis, good to see you too. Next question. In your opinion, why do you think he chose to support Dr. Oz and others the way he did? JD, I'm guessing you joined us a little later. I actually kind of went over this. My guess is lack of information. I don't think people around him are giving him the proper information or detailed information that he needs to make the judgment. So we could go with poor judgment, which is no excuse. Don't get me wrong. And we froze again. That's all right. I'll continue answering while I try to get the video back on. So lack of information, which, as I said, it's no excuse for him, because if I'm nowhere near his position, and I don't have a research team of any time. But when I'm asked for a endorsement, I sit there days and do research, and I ask millions of questions. That's one of the reasons, I believe. And I think the second reason, it seems like lately, at least after Dr. Oz, seems like President Trump is doing a lot of winners endorsement, those that he thinks will win, rather than those who are good for the country. Again, these are just educated guesses. Please don't go quoting me as I said this is fact. It's not. And I don't mean you, JD. I mean everybody who's listening. That is a good point, David. I wish Trump would concentrate on ensuring McCarthy and McConnell are not in charge when the GOP regain the House and Senate majority. But can he reassure us? I don't think he can. I don't think he can. I know what I'm about to say is crazy, but that's why I keep saying we actually genuinely need a new party. Right now, there are differences between Republicans and Democrat Party, but the goal is the same. It's the same. Both parties have definitely gone far off track. Both have gone into the absolute greed and personal gain in different ways, as I said. But yeah, we need a new party because that President Trump cannot do that because they are in charge. Uh, I like the way you think, Ben. JD, this could be another response to your question. Not my answer, of course. Ben put that up, but I agree. And he did suffer injustice. He did. I will not disagree with that. No, that's the funny one, Philip. Me as a VP. I don't think that's going to ever happen, but I do appreciate your trust in me. No, no, that cannot happen. Oh, so GOAT is greatest of all time. Gotcha. Greatest of all time. I will disagree with that. President Trump, as I said, he has done wonders for our country when he was in power. I will not disagree with that, but I will disagree with the fact that he was the greatest of all time. But that is where, as Americans, we have the freedom to have our own opinions and disagree. He was a great president, but he was not the greatest, at least in my opinion. Okay, Frank's speech won't upload for me. I don't know how to fix that, but glad you are. Regina, tell me on the comments, please. How are you getting in? That's not loading, so I might be able to help you. Um, uh, actually, he has deeper ties into Turkey and Erdogan, way deeper ties. Whatever deep ties to China, triple it. That's Dr. Oz's. Did I mention he served in Turkish military? I don't know what time it is. I got to get back to work. Right? I do. Perry says, I wish you could talk about the Kool-Aid, Annie. Which one are you talking about, darling? Throw it at me, because I can think of 7 different Kool-Aids. So which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the Kool-Aid of Islamization of our government? Are we talking about the Kool-Aid of we can coexist with Muslims? Are we talking about the Kool-Aid of we should all take the jab so life becomes normal? Or maybe we're talking about the Kool-Aid that the election wasn't stolen? Or are we talking about the Kool-Aid that we need to take in more immigrants because the poor immigrants need our American dream? I mean, which one, honey? I'm just saying. The menu for Kool-Aid in America is wonderfully expanded at the moment. So you tell me which Kool-Aid you want me to talk about, and I will be on it. Got you. JD. Yeah, I kind of figured you were probably late. I just didn't real. Honestly, it was a last minute decision by me and Joyce. Is like, you know what? What did you say, Joyce? Just like, you are so spiritually high with the news all the news I've been receiving today. You should do your life feed today. I'm like, well, in my point of view, I took too long to doll up, so I might as well get on camera. So yeah, it was a last minute decision to just get on air. Hey James, you stay safe. Yeah, see you later. You too, Joshua. Head out, go get the stuff done. I'll see you soon. I promise I'm going to do this more often than I used to. Yeah, James, but what's your suggestion? I don't think we can. I really don't think we can. It is so far from the roots of it that it is a lot easier to plant a new tree that will grow roots than trying to get the Republican Party back into its root. We can't do that. I mean, the lies and the change of history and the entire infiltration of it, it's just, I mean, we have a Muslim Republican running in our country. That just does, the entire concept of the Republican parties was to take America back to our Judeo Christian values and our Constitution. We got Muslim Republicans. Muslim Republicans. Yeah, doesn't work. Um, Yes, we do. We need a true conservative party alternative. But here's my thought. I'm going to put it out there because I can never do it myself. So I really think we don't even need a true conservative. No, we need a party that is called We the People, and the entire concept of the party, every value and everything they stand for will absolutely come from Constitution. Then we have a winner. Now, if you want to call it something else, that's fine. We the People just sounds so amazingly sexy to my ear, but you can do something else. To follow up to my answer to JD's question, uh, you said it sucks because, hold on, let me put it on the screen. It's bigger so I can read it better. It sucks because it makes me feel as if winning is more important than the safety of our country. If he had the facts, if he didn't, then shame on those around him. I'm going to say this. Um, I genuinely don't think he had the facts. I don't, because even when he was in office, they would try to lie to him about the situation and circumstances. That's why it took him 2 years, almost 2.5 years, to walk away from Iran deal, because he didn't have the facts. Um, sorry, we have a little one who's trying to rip the carpet here. Don't do that, please. You're very cute, but don't do that. So he never had the facts, that I'm pretty sure. But as I said, that's no excuse. He should have demanded more. Hey, he could have just sit down with the guy. Listen, he could have just watched the interviews. He could have just looked at his background. Remember, President Trump called Ted Cruz out on his loyalty to possibly being Canada. How come he didn't question that from Oz in Turkey? Anyhow. Thanks, Ricky. You are absolutely. I feel like I either have to get up for 1 second. This is ridiculous. I almost never done this, but I am really. This is an emergency. I'll be right back in literally 5 seconds. Okay, I hope that was less than 5 seconds, and I am back. Uh, oh, thank you, Joyce, for reminding me. And Donna, you asked me a while ago, and I completely forgot. So, some of the ways that you can support me and the cause. Now, remember, every time you support me in any shape or form, you are supporting the cause, because as of right now, I am the cause. Uh, Whoa, wow, that sounded so arrogant, but I did not mean to be arrogant. Let me try that again. Every time you support me, you're supporting the cause, because I am the one who's working on the cause. Is that better? Anyhow, here are a few ways you can support me. It is on the lower third of this video. You can go to lutfstudio.com. That's where you can purchase my art. Yes, I make them all from scratch. Paintings, I start with a blank canvas. Resin, I start from two separated liquid that mixes together and then becomes an art piece that you see. So you can go to lutfstudio.com, purchase art. As of right now, I don't have much of an inventory, but there are still, I think, 13 or 14 items. So hopefully you'll see something you like. Second way is you can go to mypillow.com. If you want to support me while supporting Mike Lindell and FrankenSpeech, you can go to mypillow.com, use the promo code AC21. AC being Annie Cyrus, AC21. That's another way of supporting me. If you want to just directly make a donation and get nothing in return except support, you can go to my PayPal, which again, link is at the bottom of this screen, paypal.me/LUTF. Or you can become a patron on my Patreon, because I have resumed my activities there. I hope I'm not forgetting anything else, but those are the ways you can support me in the cause if you like to do so. Let's see. I'm scrolling as fast as I can, guys, to see. Oh, Perry, you were talking about take the jab Kool-Aid. See, I knew it's going to be. Um, Hey, SD, how you doing? Okay, so you want me to talk about the jab Kool-Aid? Jab Kool-Aid. Where do I even begin? Um, Let me quickly scroll here, so I'm kind of caught up. Now I still have a few questions, and I will get to them as long as I can still get to work. Okay, so jab. Of course, I have barely ever talked about this topic, mainly because I don't consider myself an expert, nor, I mean, many people have talked about it, but I will put it this way. In general, uh, I don't know if you've heard my last discussion about this. I am not an anti vaccination person. I'm not. I am anti force anything down my throat person. That's my biggest problem. My biggest issue with the entire concept of jab, as we call it, is the fact that from day one to now, it's been the concept of you don't have free will. You are forced to take it, or you lose freedom. Now, coming from where I come from, that is a threat that triggers my survivor mode. When I am told that I either have to do this, I'm going to lose something else or some other sort of freedom. Now, mind you, I grew up in a situation where there was no freedom to lose, it was just more punishment. On that note, my survivor mode kicks in. Now, that's just my personal response. I did not take the vaccine. I am not planning to take it. And as I said, it has nothing to do with the vaccine. It has everything to do with the way it was introduced to me. Now, on a bigger concept of a nation and a country, I always expected all of my fellow Americans to automatically think that way. But then I came to realize the reason I look at it that way is because I had to literally, until age 18, run and chase after freedom. So the concept of freedom is a little less tangibly serious for Americans who were born here. So I switched to another angle of, okay, let's say they're not worried about losing freedom. A lot of Americans, now, Democrats took the jab because they wanted to, literally, genuinely, they just wanted to agree. A lot of conservatives, a lot of Christians took the jab because I personally know many of them under following circumstances. I can't lose my job. I can't lose my child. I can't lose my home. I can't be in this area. My mom's really pissed at me. My uncle's not talking to me. You get the picture. Which then, when I say as Christians failing, because at the end of the day, if I have understood my faith correctly, you are not supposed to bend over backward when life gets tough. You're not supposed to sell your soul and body, which is your temple, when life gets tough. With all the facts out there, evidence available that this vaccine, I don't know, it's so weird when I say jab, but this jab is not only made up, it has absolutely no help, but it does harm everybody, or at least majority of those who have taken it. I did not understand, I still do not understand the concept. As I said, I do understand those who did it by choice, because that's the beauty of freedom, right? You want to take the jab by choice, be my guest. Hey, I drive you to the clinic. But if you took it under any circumstances that you did it in order to not lose something, you did it in order to keep your paycheck, you did it in any way that was not free will, you have failed as an American. If you were a Christian American, then you have failed as both Christian and American. And you have failed the test run as well, because by they, I mean the socialists, Marxists, Islamists who are overshadowing our government right now, they came to realize very quickly that when it comes to it, you will continue obeying whatever the hell it is they're going to ask you to obey. When you don't push back, you don't push back. I have this thing. Most people who know me in real life, in person, long, short, whatever time of knowing me, they could testify to the fact that I I say no, and my no will not turn into a yes, and I say yes, and my yes will not turn into a no. I guess it was a cultural thing. It actually, my mom was like that, my grandma was like that. As long as I remember, everyone was like that. That if you say, don't say no unless you make up your mind. But when you made up your mind and you said no, then based on somewhere of your values, you have said no. And the same with yes. Then stick to it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So that's how much I can talk about the Kool-Aid of jab. It's the fact that they actually thought if they take the jab, they're going to go back to normal life. So little did they know that this is just a test run to make our life even more of a lockdown, controlled society to where they can have their one world uh, system. So they have failed themselves, they have failed God, and most definitely they have failed us who fought back regardless of what we lost. Um, I am so sorry. This comment is from YouTube, and I'm not sure how to pronounce your ID. I'm gonna take a wild guess. Pavel's mom. I hope that's the correct way. Welcome aboard. I am glad, even though you're new here, you have decided to continue watching my program. To answer your question, I have not been on Newsmax yet, and I don't think I will be on Newsmax until about a few months ago. It was their choice not to have me on, and then from there on, it became my choice not to go on Newsmax. Due to, I'm not going to go into too much details, but um, on a case of cooperation offered, my story and my background was too controversial for them to publish. So my offer was rejected and refused. And that's the moment I decided Newsmax is not going to be my platform. And then furthermore, they pulled the absolute disastrous scene they did with Mike Lindell as he was trying to just basically state facts. That was the final nail on the coffin, I guess, when I decided this is it. I am not going to be on Newsmax. So I hope that answered your question. Um, Thank you, everybody who is putting out links to my work, to my PayPal, to my all that. Oh, Ricky, you shouldn't. Ricky, you should not do that. I'm going to try to see if I can get the camera back on while I'm still scrolling. Oh, I know, James. I appreciate you staying until now. That's still wonderful. And I need to get I wish I could have stayed too, but I have to go because I got to get to work. I'm literally like 2 hours behind on work, but I had to do this. Okie dokie. I think I'm scrolling um, to see if there are any other questions that I might have missed. I don't think I have. Um, Okay, I got one. Let me answer this, Donna, because we've been talking since you joined me. How is it different when my parents, us, and our children had to have vaccine to go to school, and if not, parents would be in jail? Honey, darling, if every single parent stood up and said no, I understand we probably would have a lot of prison cells packed up with parents who said no, but there would be so many parents they could arrest and put in prison until they couldn't. And that is I understand. By the way, I want you all to know it is absolutely easy for me to fight back. As I put it, and a lot of people don't like it when I say it, those who are close to me, I'm a loser. On a technical term of a personal life, I'm not married. I don't have children. I don't have parents. I don't have siblings. I got nada. So it's easy for me to say no. So I'm not saying it's easy. For me, super easy. Hey, as you know, they're hunting me for my head so they can get money out of it. But I don't want to stop. It is not an easy task, but it is a task that we shall do if we are going to claim and we are hoping to one day end this madness and corruption, and I mean spiritually. Saying no can have consequences as much as saying yes, but sometimes you just gotta think. You gotta level this head down to this heart and meet the middle of the spirit and say, which consequences will I have answer for? I go to bed every night and I review my entire day and I think of, do I have an answer? And by the ways, not an answer for you, not an answer for people, not an answer for anything on earth. Do I have an answer for him? If I do, good night, sweet dreams. If I don't, I make a note of what to do tomorrow to make sure my answer is, even though I failed yesterday, I did my best to make up for it today. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, darling. I come from a country where it went from being mini America to absolute Islamic country to where now it's the number one funder of Islamic terrorists. That all started from when they say, if you don't wear the hijab, we're going to pin it to your forehead. If you don't become a Muslim, we're going to kill you. And if you don't convert your kids, we're going to kill them. So, yes, Sonia, I will speak anywhere in America, even without right security. I have been doing it for many years and I shall continue doing so. So you have my email, right? liveuptofreedom@gmail.com. Liveuptofreedom@gmail.com. Send me an email if you would with some details or some information and we can go from there. Thank you. Thank you. Today, Clay Clark actually said that he understands why my faith is the way it is, and that is because I had to go through hell before I could get a sense of heaven. I would like to think that is true. But on that note, I do need to go. Gotta go work. Gotta go work. Larry, are you planning to make me cry at the end of this live feed? And my life is absolutely richer because of you. And you know that. And I promise I'm going to call you within the next few days. I was just too gray yesterday. You all, please stay safe, stay vigilant, keeping up the faith. Say no when you need to say no. If it's going to harm your temples of body, mind, and heart, do not do it. Don't do it. The reward is very much well worth it. Stay safe, stay vigilant, watch your back. I will be back a lot sooner this time. In meantime, go to liveuptofreedom.com, catch up with my previous shows on Lindell TV, and make sure to tune in every day if you have the chance at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Lindell TV, Frank Speech. That is when my half-an-hour daily broadcast is aired. You know I love you, and I always will ask for you to pray for me as I try to figure life out, and I promise I'll pray for you as you try to figure yours out. Stay strong. See you all soon.